Hello, and today we are looking at the Gemini MACS Royal Air Force Boeing E-7A Wedgetail in 1/400 scale. As you can see, this model comes in this really nice little presentation box here. It's got the classic Gemini MACS like metal grey design for the box rather than the standard blue of a normal Gemini jet. And then on the front here we have an image of the plane. Let's get a nice closer look. This is identical to the one found inside. Again, it has the model of the plane, airline, or in this case, Air Force it flew with, the Royal Air Force. Then on the back, we have another image of the plane, this time from the other side. And then right here, some little information about what a Gemini jet, or in this case, Gemini MAC, actually is. Back to the front, you can see it says, look inside, pop open the top, and you can see the model inside. Really nice, so you can have it on display without having to take it out if you so wanted to. So you can have it nice and protected while still being a really nice little display piece in there. Then on the lid we have some information about the plane. So here we have a little history of the Boeing E-7A Wedgetail, and then some specification information on this bottom section here, such as length, height and wingspan of a real E-7A Wedgetail in feet and inches. And some other information you may like to know, such as max takeoff weight, cruising speed, range, and things of that nature. Now let's open up the box and have a closer look at the model itself. Which comes out nice and easily. Just be packaging these two bits of plastic, just gently remove it. And there you have it. The Gemini MACS Royal Air Force Boeing E-7A Wedgetail in 1/400 scale. Now you're going to want to be very delicate with this particular model, because as you can see, it's got tons of little detailed extras on this model. Now while it is die-cast metal, some of these more smaller pieces may be more delicate, so please handle with care if you are going to handle this model. But again, you can see tons of detail across it. Looking at the wings, you can see the flaps, the aileron, you can see the nice tips of the wing, just all the extra stuff on it. It's got nice detailed jet engines on them. All of the additional gear this plane has running all along the bottom. See, we've got the landing gear. Let's get into focus. The landing gear, and the landing gear does have rollable wheels. If you can see, does have rollable wheels. Looking at the front of the plane, you can see you've got additional things, gear here, across here. You can see the big radar, the big fixed radar mount on this plane, as well as additional stuff towards the back here, again here, these extra little wing bits. Then moving on to the stabilizers, you can see the elevators and rudders on the vertical and horizontal stabilizers. It's looking at it from one side, let's turn it around, and you can see the detail is all the way across. Let's look at it from front on. See a nice big radar mount, as well as a nice detailed cockpit. And there you go, you can see it's the same level of detail all across this lovely little model. Now that's looking at some of the more physical details. Let's look at some more of the livery itself. So as you can see, it is the classic grey of a military colour scheme. As you can see, it says Royal Air Force with a little UK flag here as well as having RAF symbols here on the back end of the tail, like another fuselage even. Turn it around, you can see it is the same again. But if you look at the wings, you can also see them here and here, and on the undersides here and here. Now, moving to the stabilizers again. On the vertical stabilizer, you can see this little symbol here, and that is the symbol of the number 8 squadron of the RAF. Right there, so that's their little symbol. And it is a sheathed Arabian dagger, known as a jambia. It's some sort of Arabian dagger, and that's a symbol of the 8th Squadron of the RAF, as I've said, which is where this plane, performs its service. And then over here near the bottom, you see it says here, WT001, which is the registration for this plane. And then towards the front here, see, it's got a little silver symbol here, and this is the emblem for NATO's Airborne Early Warning and Control Force Division, which is where this plane will also take part of when it's in service. It will be part of the Royal Air Force, but also serve as part of NATO's Airborne Early Warning Control Force. See, it has those symbols on both sides. Let's turn it around. See, once again there, and there. Now let's get into a little bit about the Boeing E-7A Wedgetail. See, it's quite a unique looking plane. Now this is a twin engine, you can see from the two engines, airborne, early warning and control aircraft. And its primary responsibility is of early warning of enemy activity from both air and sea. Using its big radar mount, it's able to spot things and monitor the situation from all across the battlefield. As you can see, it's got a big fixed active electronically scanned area radar antenna. Looking really good. And it also has countermeasures mounted across the plane, such as on the nose and tail. You can see things like here and here. There are just multiple things mounted across this plane, just to give it extra capability. Now, the first E-7 Wedgetails were first introduced into service in 2012, but began construction a few years earlier. And they were first introduced with the Royal Australian Air Force, and it is still in production to this day, with more expected to be delivered to the Royal Air Force in due time. Now, this model itself has a wingspan of about 8.9 centimeters or 3.5 inches, and is about 8.4 centimeters long or 3.3 inches long. It's a really nice little model, great for any fan, of like military aircraft or collectors. So I thought it's a really nice little piece. Great little display piece, really unique looking plane, obviously with its radar and all its extra details. It's not something you see every day. It's got really nice cool symbolism on it. So overall, it's a really, really nice model, and it's available now from modelcorner.co.uk.